Hello and welcome to Horse Racing Dutching with Excel spreadsheets. And our meeting we're going to cover today is Wolverhampton. The time is 10:16 in the morning and it's the 9th of March 2024. And the first race today at Wolverhampton kicks off with the 240. 6 go to post here. And what I will show you is the spreadsheet, and this is the 240. All these figures are form figures that I use, and in column X are the horse ratings, and the order I think they will finish in this particular race. Now, as I say, this is going to be all about Dutching. If you understand Dutching, then I don't need to tell you. But otherwise, what Dutching is, it means that in the order the horses are highly rated, that the first bet that we're going to have is on Should Have Been a Ring. That's going to be the first horse in this race we bet on today. But with Dutching, you bet more than one horse in a race if the stake allows you. Now, first of all, before I explain any more than that, we're going to go into Betfair. Now, Betfair is one of 3 exchanges that I use because the prices are slightly better. The other 2 I use are Matchbook and Smarkets. So what we're going to look at today is the Betfair price at the moment that you would take, but remembering this figure here of 102.9 is an over round figure. What you want to get that down to is around 100 or even 101, which it's just gone to now. But the idea would be to bet on these races about 5 minutes before the off. Now, our horse here Should Have Been a Ring is 2.68. So what we do with column A, B, we put in 2.68. What we want to do is return £100 on every single race for every horse that we bet in. So the stakes in this instance would be £37.31 at roughly 13 to 8. So 2.68 would be our Betfair SP, and this would return us £100. Now, if we want to return £100 on every race, our maximum stakes in each race would be £50, and then that means whatever horse wins, we would have evens. So we've got £37.31 on Should Have Been a Ring, and that leaves us now a maximum of £12.69 to put on our next horse, which is Dr. Khan Jr. So we go back into Betfair, and Dr. Khan Jr. happens to be the second favourite at 3.9. So we put 3.9 in, and this tells us this time that we need £25.64 on this, but as I told you, we can't go over £50. So £12.69 will be our bet. We can't go over that, and then you'll see where I'm hovering there. The stakes would be £50. So we get the calculator out for this part. We're going to say that our Betfair SP is 3.9, and we're going to times it by £12.69. So if Dr. Khan was to win, you could see that our stakes in total is £50. If this wins, it would return us £49.49. So we would have Should Have Been a Ring running for nothing, and we would get our stake money back for both if Dr. Khan Jr. was to win. But that's what Dutching is. I'll hopefully show you a race where we back more horses. But at the end of that one, that's what we expect there. Should have been a ring, £100 in returns and win £50 if it was to come in first. Now, the only thing that's different with betting on exchanges is that on your profit only, so in this case, we would stake £50 if should have been a ring was to win and return us £100, we would be £50 in profit. Now, Betfair, Matchbook and Smarkets all take a fee, unless of course you've gone on there and they're giving you deals at the time, but normally it's roughly 5% on horse racing. So with a £50 profit, there will be £2.50 deductions from your bookmaker. So take that into account. And that's the first race at Wolverhampton this afternoon. That's the 240. So the second race is the 315. This is a handicap worth 25,770 to the winner, and 11 go to post. The racing post go Kingdom Come 7-2, Final Voyage 9-2, and then there's a few on 7-1, King's Code, Rainbow Fire and Smoky Mountain. So let's go into race 2 on our tab there. Now we've given King's Code to win this race. So we're going to open up again Betfair and we're going to move into the 315. Right, and King's Code at the moment is trading at 8.4. The over round in this race is 103.7. So again, wait till closer to the off before you have a bet. So King's Code 8.4. So we put that in and it will tell us that we need £11.90 stake on this to get £100 back. Now our next bet will be our second horse down on the list. These will always be in the order of betting. So Takarib Bay will be our second selection, and that at the moment is 22. That's trading at 22. And it will suggest that we put £4.55 on this to get back 100. And the total that we've laid out so far is £16.45. So we're way off £50. Our next horse that we're going to look at is Chasing Aphrodite. Now, Chasing Aphrodite is one of the outsiders. This is trading at 25. And again, we've only got to put £4 on that. So our stake so far is £20.45. We've still got around £30 left to spend. Our fourth selection is Smoky Mountain. Now that's trading at 6.8 currently. So 6.8, and we're expected to put £14.71 on this. Don't forget, all these horses so far return us £100 for a £50 stake. So out of 11 runners, we've already got 4 running for us at evens. And we've laid out now £35.16. So we've still got around £15 to lay out. And our next horse we're going to look at is Rainbow Fire. Now Rainbow Fire trading at 16. And that will cost us £6.25. Yet again, when we add them all up, we've got about, we've got £8.59 left to spend. Our next selection, our sixth horse, is Sir Busker. And Sir Busker is currently trading at 11.5. I will put that in, and that will suggest £8.70 bet. So if we add all these up, it comes to £50.10. So off our last selection, we need to take that 10p off because we can't go over £50. And there's your stake down the bottom, which is now £50. So our last selection there is always the selection that is not going to return the full amount that you would expect. So the Betfair SP that we've taken there at the moment is 11.5. We will times this by £8.59, which is our stake, and it would return us £98.78. So considering we're only laying out £50, this is nearly evens. So we have 6 horses running for us in the 315, and there's only 11 runners, and we're on even money. So hopefully we should or could get the winner in that race. As we move on to the third race now, which is the 350. Now the 350, 8 runners go to post here, another handicap, and this time it's £7,851 to the winner. So into our spreadsheet, we've gone for the pug as our top selection, but never worry if you come up with a big outsider because it's less money on it, it gives you more money to put on the next horse. So as we move back into Betfair, we're going down to the 350, and we'll see that the pug is the outsider, trading at 19.5. So 19.5, and the stake on that will be £5.13 to return 100. Our second selection here is Harbour Vision, and Harbour Vision is the second outsider at 17.5. Again, the stakes there have come up at £5.71. So we've only laid just over £10 out at the moment out of a possible 50. Sense of Worth is our next selection, which is trading at 5.5. Don't forget the over round figure again here of 104.8. You need to be betting on that when it's down to around 101. So think about that again 5-10 minutes before the off. 5.5 Sense of Worth is our Betfair SP, and £18.18 will be our stake. We have now laid out £29.02, and we've still got around £21 to stake. Siempre Arturo is our fourth selection, and this happens to be favourite at 4.2. So 4.2, and that says we need to be putting £23.81 on this horse. But our first 3 selections tell us we've only got £20.98 left. So we have to put £20.98 on Siempre Arturo. So again, we bring the calculator out, £20.98, and we will times that by the price that we had locked in at 4.2, and that gives us £88 if it wins. And don't forget, we're only staking 50, so it would still be a 38 profit. And don't forget, you will be looking around 5% off of bookmakers that they will take for the out of the profit, I should say. They'll take the 5% out of the profit that you end up with. So the 4 horses we backed here, the Pug, 19.5 Betfair SP to a stake of 513 would return us 100. Harbour Vision, 17.5 Betfair SP, stakes of £5.71. Sense of Worth, 5.5 Betfair SP, stakes of 18.18 would return 100. So those 3 you've got running for even money. And Siempre Arturo, £20.98 to a Betfair SP of 4.2 would return £88. So those 4 would bring a profit. Into the 4th race of 8, and this is now the 4:25 at Wolverhampton this afternoon. 8 go to post here, another handicap, and again £7,851 to the winner. So as we go back into our spreadsheet, our horse here, I can never pronounce this one that well. I don't know if it's CO Tog, which is the way it's spelled, or CO Tog, maybe. I'm not too sure. It looks Welsh. And we'll go back into Betfair, into Wolverhampton, and our top selection, as I say, is CO Tog or Tog, and at the moment is trading at 5.3. So we'll put that in, and our stake will need to be £18.87 on our first selection. And our second selection down is at Liberty. So at Liberty, trading around 5-2 at the moment, 3.5. But it's not very good on the over round here of 105.4, so wait till that comes down to about 101. So 3.5 is the SP, and we would have to lay out £28.57. So combined with those 2, £47.44 only leaves us £2.56. So our third selection is Boasty. Now Boasty at the moment is trading at 9.8. We need £10.20. We've only got £2.56 to stake, so that will be our bet. So into the calculator again. Odds of 9.8 on Boasty times £2.56 would return us £25.08. So if that won the race, we would at least get half our stake money back. But if at Liberty or CO Tog was to actually win, one of these 2 would be even money, and we would return £100 for a £50 stake. And this is what Dutching is all about. Rather than just betting on one horse in the race, this gives you more for your money, but you're not going to get a brilliant SP. You know what's going to happen. You should double your money. Into race 5 at Wolverhampton this afternoon. This is going to be the 5 o'clock. This runs into the early evening till 20-7. But the 5 o'clock, let's have a look. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 go to post here. There's a non-runner, that's Dandy Harry. So another handicap race, this time for £13,085. So we'll go into the spreadsheet, and we'll see that the 5 o'clock there, our top selection is the top weight of Bosch. So back to Betfair, scroll down, and we'll bring up the 5 o'clock. And Bosch at the moment is trading at 9.8. And again, our stake will be £10.20 to return £100. Then we have Commander Straker. That's trading at 18 at the moment, so that would need a stake of £5.56 to return 100. And again, at the moment, this is a terrible overround of 112.7, because you're going to have to add 5% to come off of your winnings on that. So you would be better financially to bet on the high street rather than the exchange. But of course, betting 5 to 10 minutes before the off would give you a lot better prices overall. Right, our third selection then is Ferros. And Ferros at the moment is trading at 6.2. £16.13 stake would return us £100. And at the moment we've staked £31.89, so we've got £18.11 left to invest. Our fourth selection is Allah's War, and Allah's War is trading at 11. So 11 there means we would need £9.09 stake to return 100. And that leaves us £9.02 left. Our fifth selection is Strong Power. And Strong Power is the outsider here, trading at 55. So 55 would mean stakes of £1.82 to return 100. And our sixth selection is Sir Oliver. This is trading at 17.5 currently. And stakes of £5.71 would return us £100. We've now staked £48.51 and we have £1.49 left. And Nebworth is our next selection at 5.9. And there you can see we should have had £16.95 on this horse, but all we have left in the bank is £1.49 to reach our maximum of £50 stake. So again, we have 6 running for us against 6 you might as well say that will be a loser. But we will just go into Nebworth. If Nebworth was to win, we would have taken a Betfair SP of 5.9 times the £1.49 stake and would return us £8.79. There wouldn't be any fees on this because we staked £50 and we would have lost. It only takes it from the profit. So the top 6 here: Bosch, Commander Straker, whatever, Ferris, Allah's War, Strong Power, and Sir Oliver. One of those 6 wins, you will double your money from £50 to £100 in that race. Moving on now to the 6th race of their 8-race card. This is the 5:35. Couple of non-runners here, Emily and Mearside Madness. That leaves 6 runners, and this again is a handicap, and this time £10,468 to winning connections. So let's go into our spreadsheet. We've got Q's Likely as our top selection. So back into Betfair, and 1735, there's the 2 non-runners there. And Q's Likely 13.5 at the moment on Betfair. This will tell us a stake of £7.41 would be needed to return £100. The over round on this race is 104.2, getting better, but it still needs to be lower than that. And Quiet Resolve, our second selection, is 1.74, so this is an odds-on favourite. It wants us to go £57.47, but we can't go over the threshold of 50, so £42.59 would be our maximum stake on Quiet Resolve. So, calculator again, 1.74 SP times £42.59 for Quiet Resolve would return us £74.10. So even though we staked 50, there will be a £24 profit on Quiet Resolve, and if Q's Likely was to win, we would still get the £100 back and a £50 profit. So that is race 6. Now race 7 is going to be slightly different here, because we have two horses that are unraced, and if you've been watching previous videos, you'll see that if there's races where the horse hasn't run before at all under rules, I don't bet in the race, because the chances are we don't know how good these are, and one of these two, either Travis or Loose Tongue, could win. Yes, the chances are one of these top three could as well, but that's not the gamble that I like to take. But what I will do for people that do like betting in every race, I'm just going to start again as if it were a betting race, and we're going to go Arctic Dawn in the 6 o'clock then, that race. 10:06 at Wolverhampton. So we'll get that up on Betfair, and Arctic Dawn at the moment showing 2.86, stakes of £34.97 to return 100, and Ulysses Peacock would be our second selection at 6.2, and we would require £16.13 on that, but because of the large stake on the first selection, we've only got £15.03 left, and that would be our second bet. Now the two that hadn't run before, one was called Travis. This at the moment is trading at 32, and Loose Tongue is trading at 32 also. So that just gives you an idea, and these horses do win. So complete no bet in the race 7 there, the 10:06. So moving on to the finale, the final race at Wolverhampton. This is the 1840 or the 640. As we'll move down here. That was the 610 with the two debutantes, and the 640, again we've got a non-runner, Sunblock. That run disappointing in its last run anyway. So that leaves us in this race 9 runners. We'll go just to have a look at this in the spreadsheet. Conte Partiro, which we know are the words from Time to Say Goodbye. That's a bit of the foreign words in that song, and that is our top rated selection. So into Betfair for the final time, and yeah, as I thought it was going to happen, Conte Partiro has gone odds on, but there is another non-runner in the last race in a thread. So let's just take a thread out at the moment. 5, 6, 7, 8. That now puts us down to 8 runners for this. And 188 is our SP for our top rated selection. And you can see that 115.7 over round is very poor indeed. If you're thinking about having a bet in this race, think about doing it a lot later when you see something like 101 there. So moving into here, we already know that our maximum stake can only be £50. It's asking us for 53. We can't match that. We can only have £50. So bring out the calculator for the final time. 1.88 times 50 would return us £94, a profit of 44, and again less fees from your bookmaker. So look at the rules there. Right, so we're just going to run through the card again. The time at the moment is 10:47 in the morning on the 9th of March 2024. This meeting kicks off this afternoon at 2:40. This is pretty much our nap of the day there. This is should have been a ring. My SP, which I haven't shown you before, is what I think the price should be. I've got it marked in at 3-1 on. It's around 13-8 on the Betfair show, but that's my best bet of the afternoon there. If should have been a ring wins today, with our stakes and our returns of £100, we will show a profit. And then our money back if Dr. Khan Jr. was to win that race. The second race, we've got 6 running for us. King's Code, Takarit Bay, Chasing Aphrodite, Smoky Mountain, Rainbow, Fire, and Sabuska. So hopefully, with the bookmakers only having 5 running for them, that we can get that winner. Into the third race, we have the Pug, Harbour Vision, Sense of Worth. Those 3 there would get us even money and £100 back. Siempa Arturo would not be far short. It would be about £88 returns if that one was to win. In the fourth race, Seotog at Liberty would be our main 2 selections there, and Boasty would give us a little bit in return, about half of our money back. Into the 5 o'clock, Bosch, Commander Straker, Ferris, Al-Azwar, Strong Power, Sir Oliver would give us 6 chances at even money, and Nebworth would just give us a little bit of money back there. Nothing exciting. And the 6th race, we've gone for Q's Likely, which will double our money into 100. And the odds-on favourite, Quiet Resolve, would still give us a profit, but we've had that to come second. Then into race 7. Don't forget here, this is a no bet with all of the the 2 unraced horses there, so I don't get involved in that. And into the final race, we've got an odds-on favourite, and that's the one we've given. This is Conti Partido, and that is our only selection in the final race. Well, good luck with what you're betting today, and I hope you make a profit. We have done well this week. So we will see you after racing, when we'll go back through all the results for Wolverhampton, plus the SPs that they started at, and we'll take it from there. So good luck one and all, and we'll catch up soon.